straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Y'all hit that like and sub to the channel if you're not a member too. Uh, we on the late night tip, and I do definitely want to talk about this situation going on with Steph Curry. Now, shout out to Ticket TV. Definitely go sub to his channel, and also shout out to Town Business Sports and Entertainment. Definitely go sub to his channel too as well. Salute to those brothers. Saw them talking about this first, so I'm going to weigh in. Now, Steph Curry leaving Under Armour. Okay, and for those of you that don't know, uh, Steph Curry had a partnership with Under Armour for roughly 13 years, and he decided to split. Now, here's the thing. Now, at one point, I thought that Curry had ownership with Under Armour, but that turned out not to be the case because he has his own brand, which is it's a subdivision of Under Armour, and it's called Curry Brand. Well, the thing about it is Steph Curry wants to be his own man, which you can't blame him because there's a couple of things that I think that might have went on or whatever. Um, Curry, they're marketing off of Curry. Let's just call it what it is. Like what Ticket was saying, and he brought up a good point. He's made Under Armour a household name. You know, other than like football and um, you know maybe a couple of other sports. Under Armour really wasn't selling like that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a household name until Curry started to market his shoe, and then all of a sudden started to spread like wildfire. I say wildflowers, but the thing about it is now that they're marketing and they see what type of money that this guy has brought to Under Armour and whatnot, and Curry sees it too. I'm pretty sure that maybe he wanted ownership. I'm just theoretically speaking. Maybe he wanted ownership of Under Armour, and they weren't willing to do so. And probably he just wanted to venture out and do his own thing. Like to me, he's better off taking Curry brand because he is his own brand. Like the brother Ticket was saying, he is known as the baby face assassin, that sort of thing. I think it would be very smart of him to go venture out on his own and develop his own, much like many other players have done, and most notably was Jordan. See, when Jordan was with Nike, in which Steph Curry was at one time with Nike, but we all know what had happened, and it's funny that all this is taking place too when at the same time with Nico Harrison and everything, but that's neither here nor there. But when Jordan was with Nike, you know, they were benefiting off of Jordan, and Jordan started figuring that out. And Jordan said, okay, well, I'm bringing you in the money. I'm making. It wasn't like Nike. They were like at the bottom of the barrel or anything like that. But at one time, Nike had their competitors. You had Converse, um, and and a couple others, but it was really like Converse and Reebok, a couple of other shoes, just right off the top of my head. Well, Jordan was making them popular, and he started to figure out, well, I might as well just go ahead and create my own brand if I'm gonna be bringing you in more money or whatever. Because if you remember, it used to be Nike Air Jordan. A lot of people don't understand that. Well, then he detached from Nike, of course, and then he became just his own entity. And I think that that's what Curry should aim for full ownership. You know, he's already. This is a smart dude, man. Him and Pat Mahomes. I think they're very business savvy. That doesn't take away from any of the other guys that are in respective leagues like the NFL, NBA, or any other professional sport. But those guys right there, man, are very business savvy, and they're they're thinking ahead. Besides all the drama and nonsense that you might hear, with Aisha Curry and everything like that, Steph Curry doesn't let it affect him. And that's one of the things that I respect about Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Although I'm a huge Klay Thompson fan, many of you don't know that I'm a huge Steph Curry fan, and sometimes my bias might kick in, with defending him and stuff like that. But the one thing that you can't sit up here and say is that Steph Curry is not about his business, because he is. This guy is about his business, man, and I'm gonna tell you what, if he does create his own shoe, you best believe there's gonna be you know a whole crop of fans that are gonna be lining up to buy his shoe, because Steph Curry, to me, and this is just my opinion, I hold Steph Curry in high regard in terms of him being the best player of this generation. Okay, and in comparison to who. Okay, and I don't want to bring him up in this conversation because this is about Steph Curry. But you have guys that are diehard Curry fans. They may have not been Warriors fans, but because they like Curry so much, they clinged on to the Warriors or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if Steph Curry was to leave the Golden State Warriors and go somewhere else, it would kind of be like who, and he'll have his loyal fans follow him. So that's the type of power that we're talking about when it comes to Steph Curry. And see, man, it's nothing like having ownership of what of what you have, or of your brand. That's one of the things that you got to respect about a guy like Ice Cube, man. He always preaches ownership, owning your own, what it is that you create, so nobody can take it from you, and nobody can try to trademark it, or do anything to it, because it's your shit. It's you. It's what you created. And Steph Curry, man, I think it's a smart move now. A lot of people are gonna speculate. They're gonna they're gonna say different things. They're gonna try to have all types of conspiracy theories as to what went on, stuff like that. But 13 years. It's a long relationship. I mean, we got to think Curry been in the Curry been in the league 18 years. He's been in the league 18 years. So that pretty much he's been with Under Armour for the majority of his NBA career, and that's a long time, you know. And I think Steph Curry will play. Of course, he's on the, he's extended for 2 more years. But the thing about it is how much longer does Curry, plan to play? You know, I don't think he's gonna stay in, no 22 seasons. And maybe I could be wrong. He's already in the thing. What is like I said, 18 years, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what happens, and then on top of that, he could get some young guys to carry the brand on. You know what I'm saying? His own brand, because like I said, he does have the cachet. A lot of people respect Steph Curry and what he brings to the table. So y'all, let me know what you think. Uh, what you think about Steph Curry leaving Under Armour, and what do you think he's going to do next? What you think his next move should be? And I already know right off the top of my head what I think his next move is going to be, but you never know, man. It might be different than what I'm thinking. So, like I said, man, you let me know what you think. Leave your comments. And make sure you like this video, share it, sub to the channel, and hit those notifications too. Straight to the point. I'm out.